I want to talk to you about something that's really important. It has to do with the psychological mindset of when you fight somebody in the street. This is not about a tournament, this is not about a match, this is not about points. This is about street combat. Going out there and have to use some of your stuff on the street. You got to think about, for instance, let's look at it this way. Let's say you're playing a baseball game. And you know the rules of the baseball game, you know. You get up there, you get 3 strikes and you're out, you know, 3 outs, the other team comes in, and all the rules that make baseball a game. Well, what if you had to follow all the rules and the team that you were going to play could make up the rules as they went along? Okay? This is what happens in a street fight. There's no rules. What's the rules in a street fight? There's one rule. There is no rules. That's the rules. So you need to be able to come in your mind, how are you going to deal with somebody like that? Now the military tells you, they have a couple of sayings, and they're trying to get you set, your preset, a pre-call for what level of chaos you have to go to. I think you know what I'm talking about. So you need to pre-call this. You need to sit down, you need to meditate on this. You need, for those of you to pray, you need to pray about it, and you decide. Me, my thing is, nobody is going to hurt me. Nobody. Not if I have anything to say or do about it. So, the point of this video is to get you to understand the mindset of the kind of animal you're going to be dealing with. Okay? You're not fighting in a tournament. You're not going to go in there and bow, none of that stuff. This is going to be, you're going to cold cock it, going to hit you in the head with a piece of pipe. Maybe you pull out a shank, razor, maybe you'll grab an axe and go after it. Who knows? These people are animals. And in order for you to survive this kind of an attack, you need to come to their level of thinking and be prepared to do what is necessary to survive. So it comes down to the mindset. What's going to be your mindset? To protect yourself, to protect your family, your wife, your kids. Of course, trying to protect your stuff, that's up to you. I mean, if somebody's smashing on your car and you run away and you don't get hurt, that could be a good thing. Might not be what I would do. Who knows what you would do? You need to think about it. Where do you draw the line? So I say to you, to get the proper mindset, okay, you need to really think about what you're dealing with, okay? If you were dealing with a crocodile, all right, how would you deal with it? You won't go over there and fight it hand to hand. You would figure a way of taking it out. And that's what you have to think about when you're dealing with these street thugs. These are radical people. And you need to be able to go to that level. And if you're not watching and you're not paying attention, they'll cold cock you. And you've seen it. And I tell you all the time, go on YouTube and you can Google street fights, street knockout fights, and go look and see what these people do. These people, they're not fair, they're not righteous. And they won't attack you one-on-one, they'll come after you 3, 4, 5 at one time. You need to be prepared to do what's necessary to survive and your family survival at that point. And the mindset is very important. Your mindset, if you're dealing with somebody that's going to go to an animalistic level, you have to go to a more of an animalistic level. You know what I'm talking about. I'm stumbling here, but you know what I'm talking about. So I like an example of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Listen, we all want to be Dr. Jekyll. We all want to be nice people. We all want to get along. We don't want to fight. We don't want to get in arguments. We don't want to hit one another. We don't want to go crazy. We don't want to raise our voice. Listen, nobody wants to go crazy. Nobody does. But there's a time. There's a time for you to become Jekyll. Right? I'm sorry, Mr. Hyde. There's a time to be Dr. Jekyll, and there's a time to be Mr. Hyde. You gotta figure out, when you become Mr. Hyde, what level of intensity are you gonna go to? Okay? What would you do to protect your family? What wouldn't you do? Okay, so here, I have a book here. These gentlemen here that wrote this book, by the way, I don't get any money. If you buy this book, I don't get any money. I don't even know if you can even get it anymore. I think it's still in print. But this is a great book, and it's talking about exactly what this video is about. And what it is, it's how to survive the most critical 5 seconds of your life. Okay? These gentlemen, they have they've critiqued a whole thing of how to street survive and fight and all of that. Listen, I'm doing that. I'm keeping it simple. I'm kissing it. You follow me, nice and easy down the path we go, and I want you to be able to defend yourself with what I teach you. I don't want to teach you moves that you can't do, or moves that will take you 5 years to perfect. Like I said many times, there's some really good martial artists out there, some really good teachers, and just some really bad ones too. So this book might be one that you might consider. You could go to thrift books. That's where I go get most of all my books. I'm a reader. If you're a person that can't read or don't want to read, tough loogies. So you need to get this book and you need to read it. Read all the way through it. Okay? So I'm promoting this book. I don't know these gentlemen, and I wish them the best, but I'm not doing what they're doing. They're doing what they're doing, and I'm doing this. So what we want to do is we want to defunk the funk about the nonsense on YouTube about the martial arts. That's what we want to do. We can do that together. The other thing is that you don't get nothing out if you don't put anything in. You got to practice. Good, better, best, never let the best be good is better and your better is best. All my students have heard me say that 1,000 times, if not 10,000 times. And come to my website, Capkido.com, check out what I have to offer. I have a lot to offer. I'm going to be making more of these videos. You're going to see a lot of this stuff on YouTube and other formats. Get there, like me, you know the story. Hit like and follow, and become a member. Defunkin the Funk, How to Pick a Martial Arts School, will explain to you specifically what to look for in a school, if you want to go to a school, how, when, where, and why, when will I profit? You're going to ask the 5 most important questions and have the answers at the end of the video. Okay? So that's what I say to you. Keep training. Don't stop. Put time aside every single week to practice. And practice your martial art. Practice how to survive in a street fight. Whatever your martial art might be. Surviving in the street, the katas, how do the katas apply? You got your boxing guys, how does the boxing thing apply? So everything, this is why there's so many martial arts. Everybody's got different ideas about it. So, happy training, Capkido.com. Come and visit with me.